Hello, everyone. This is Susan Damiani, Director of Gift Planning at St. John's University. I have the distinct pleasure of being with Dr. Jonathan Scheiman, a graduate of 2003 from St. John's College, majoring in biology.
Thanks for having me on. I think it's always great to come
You're
back
welcome.
home and, interact with the St. John's community and New York's team.
So is everyone ready for these credentials? Because they're going to blow you away. So not only did Jonathan major in biology, but he's also a former Red Storm guard. In his freshman year, they won the Big East Conference. He went on to get his graduate degree at NYU and then went on to earning his doctorate at the Harvard Medical School, where he was a research fellow at the Wyss Institute for Biological Inspired Engineers. Also, his high school diploma is from the wonderful LaGuardia High School of Music and Arts and Performing Arts, where he played the tuba. He was raised in Greenwich Village, which is a cool place.
I think that, growing up, there was a lot of things I was exposed to in the village, definitely pop culture and arts, with fame and going to Comic-Con. But also, I think I always went to a lot of museums and zoos. And so I was always interested in biology. I was interested in sort of just like wildlife. But also for me, I think just interested in sort of like genetic codes and how genetic codes can sort of like determine an organism's functionality and appearance. So I think biology was a natural fit for me. And then obviously honing those skills at St. John's led me to grad school. Finished my postdoc in Harvard back in spring 2018. And then for me, it was important to move back home and take my learnings and sort of our discoveries and our intellectual property and sort of now bring them home to New York to sort of launch our company, FitBiomics. For us, it's about sort of translating technology into next generation probiotics that could benefit human health and wellness, and really sort of go back to my roots in athletics and science and create sort of a new frontier of nutrition that could benefit the masses.
You've accomplished so much in such a short time.
I think it's just kind of like a New York story and all the opportunities
Totally.
that are presented in this, in the city.
I know you started with, athletes, right? High performers. Yeah. And now you're going to be going out to the general public with your products?
Yeah. So I think a lot of things, and this is going back to some of what inspired me to get into biology, I think sort of like genetic codes and blueprints and how that information can basically determine health and functionality. And I think, my background is in biomedicine. I got my Ph.D. in molecular biology. I spent a lot of years on sort of doing basic cancer research. And I think biomedicine in general looks a lot at disease populations and what we could do to correct that to improve health. I think another way of looking at it is, well, what if we look at super healthy people, super performers, superheroes? What is unique or enriched in them that drives optimal health, performance, and recovery? Can we decode that and then translate that to promote health in others? So for me, being a former athlete and being sort of a fan of the athlete community, we look at elite athletes essentially as a form of superheroes and super fit people. So I think if we could work with them, understand what's in them, we could sort of take those learnings and create nutrition that benefits everyone else. And
what are some of your products?
Right now, we're actually set to launch our first next-gen probiotic, the world's first athlete-derived probiotic for gut health applications.
Congratulations.
We've been doing testing. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but what we've seen benefits in things, not only just digestion, but also energy, recovery, and even things such as improved quality of sleep. And really, it's changing the paradigm and notion of gut health being more so about holistic health and less about sort of treating disease, but also looking at food and probiotics as medicine themselves and sort of keeping people fit and keeping people healthy. So that's the first product. And then I'll just say the second product in development is a probiotic that eats lactic acid and promotes endurance. And that's something that's in the pipeline as well.
When we were doing the test run, I was sharing with you about the gut bacteria and how I've been really looking into that because I feel maybe if I focus on that a little bit more, it might help with my health, but still don't know enough about it. And I'm a little skeptical on some of the products out there that claim they have probiotics in it. How can you, clarify for us or educate us a little bit more on why has probiotics become so popular and sort of the trend in a lot of these marketable products?
Yeah, well, I think it's a number of things. One, I think our knowledge of our own bodies and biology and development and functionality continues to grow every day, seemingly. And, for instance, it's also sort of an amalgamation of sort of that knowledge, but also enabling technology that allows us to understand and learn more about what's going on. So, for instance, right now it's a common, I guess, sort of anecdote or fact, I should say, that we have as many bacterial cells in and on our body as we do human cells. And that's kind of like our human microbiome. Most of the bacteria in and on our bodies reside in our gut. So if you think about that, we have trillions of microorganisms in our gut that greatly influences everything in terms of our health, development, and functionality. These bacteria greatly influenced by what we eat. They are involved in everything in terms of sort of digestion, energy metabolism, protein metabolism, even brain functionality, also immunology and inflammation. So the notion of bacteria sort of being tremendously involved in overall health is something that's an emerging field of science. So I think it's basically beneficial bacteria, which is another way of calling probiotics what they are. So I think it's an emergence of technology, knowledge, understanding, and then translating that into new functional foods that can improve human health. So I think there's a lot of exciting stuff, and we're just sort of scratching the surface of that.
Any other words of wisdom you could share?
I think it's an exciting time in biotechnology right now. I think we're changing the world sort of as we speak for good and using technology as a force for good. So, and I'd also encourage people to go to our website, FitBiomics.com. They're interested in sort of supporting a startup with St. John's roots as we disrupt nutrition, health, and wellness. Check us out and, try out some of our next gen probiotics.
Okay. Did everyone hear the good doctor? We have to follow your advice so you can have good gut bacteria and stay healthy. Thank you for sharing all of this. It sounds fascinating. Any last words to our St. John's family?
St. John's family, I thank you for an amazing 4 years and having me part of that family. I'm excited to be home in New York and hopefully make everyone proud and, do great things back home in New York.
That's great. Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks for your time. All the best of luck and success in your company. You can come and talk to our students and encourage and motivate them.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Nice meeting you.
Okay.
Take care.